What's up YouTube, it's Lou here bringing you today's cryptocurrency video. We're going to cover Bitcoin because as we know Bitcoin is the only chart that matters, so I don't even know if I'm going to do further updates today because again, doesn't matter how bearish your altcoin chart looks, the only chart that matters is Bitcoin. Now before I went to bed last night I did warn you guys of which I warned you about when we first started dipping and no one was talking about it, that huge M pattern that was going to take us to 49k, and what happened? We met 49k. But not only that, at the beginning of this month, I told you guys we had this retest of this, but look where the monthly 12 EMA was, and I told you guys that if we were to roll over one more time, we'd come to that 12 monthly EMA, and you've wicked off that exactly. So that's basically what's happened. Let's take a look at the weekly. So as long as you're above that monthly 12 and 20 EMA, it's all good basically. So now I'm going to take away that 12 and we'll look at the weekly. So we were let's go to the daily quickly. Daily, actually no, before we go to daily, you can see that on the weekly time frame we smacked on the 55 EMA, sitting at this swing low. Now of course I was not expecting this dump whatsoever. I did have a mate who's in the stock market basically tell me that the hedge funds are going to come for Bitcoin and going to try and push it to 30k. He was saying 30k. Of course we didn't get there, but he was right. Basically he was right in the fact that it came out of nowhere and they were planning on it. And of course I was laughing at him because I was like, show me on the charts where we are going to drop to 30k. And of course it doesn't matter what the charts say. If the whales want to F with the charts, the whales are going to do what the whales are going to do. And no one was anticipating this drop down to it. Everyone was thinking that 52, 50k max, but I was saying 49 out of this M pattern over here, which we'll go into further detail right now. But yeah, it's crazy the dump, isn't it? All we know what to do is to hold basically. The winners out of this market are the people that hold because they're the ones that deserve the pump afterwards. So of course I told you guys about 3 weeks ago, even almost a month ago now, about this M pattern, and I told you the level that we want to stay above is 58, 500. 400, 500 to invalidate this pattern. So until you got above that, basically you earn a target down to 49k. So let's get that target for you. Oh, 47k. So let me check. Yeah, so that's exactly where we're sitting right now, technical target met. So we did come to this swing high over here. So what happened is everyone was calling out for this, but I have gone through videos where I was saying that this is not the true resistance, although this is where you sat on over here. This is not the true resistance because when you broke up here, you fell all the way down below and then confirmed this was resistance. So true resistance is this white box, the top being 49 and then the bottom of it being 46. So we want to see this hold basically on the daily time frame. If not, we're going to see further downside back to down here, and that's what we saw, guys. When you lose a swing high, you come to the swing low, and we've had a nice bounce from there. So of course this is what I've warned you about in yesterday's video. If we go back to the weekly, you can see that that swing low over here is lining up with that 55 EMA. So let's take a look at the 4H. Yeah, it's not the best. When you're in free fall mode, you can't really like predict what's going to go on because obviously this can continue down. Like we only might recover at the end of the year going into next year. We could carry on dropping. If we do lose this swing low, it's going to get very negative and we don't want that to happen, but of course it can happen. I don't want us to come to 30k, but you could come to 30k, but I'm not looking at that until you lose this swing low basically. So at the moment we just want to see this hold. We want to see a bottoming out structure here. We do basically want to get above. We do want to basically close out in and around here. We don't want to go further down. So I'm going to get the fibs out. Let me go on a higher time frame. So we're going to measure from the top to the bottom. And you can see with this tip, look where the target of the M pattern is on the 0618. That's some amazing confluence. Where are we sitting at right now? The 0618, which actually we never back tested as support. So I can't believe that I missed this, and I can't believe that a lot of top analysts missed this, because on the weekly time frame when you broke out here, you never back tested it as support with red candles. So this is what needed to be done, and I did warn you guys all about this 49k or 47k dip, but I didn't see any YouTubers talking about it. So great for you guys watching my videos. Of course, I wasn't expecting a dump down to here, but that's what we got into in the end. When you lose the 20 EMA, you come to the 55 EMA, and you want to hold that. If you do lose that, which I've gone through on Twitter earlier, if you do lose that and you hit your head, that is your bear market, basically. You can come below, as long as you get back above and confirm it as support, we're off, basically. And so you lost the 0618, which is the most key level out of the bull market. So I'm going to line that out exactly for you guys. So this is the most key level of the bull market if we want to go to our 200k target, and I'll explain why in this video. So when you lost this, you come to the, when you lose the 0618, you come to the 050, and what's amazing is that at the 050 you got the 55 weekly EMA, and you have the swing low over here, because when you lose a swing high, so basically when you make a new swing high, you should fall back to the previous one and turn it into a swing low. And so then you should make your new swing high, turn the previous one into a swing low, like that, and work your way through the fibs, and eventually come back down, boom, just like that. That's how trading works. But of course, if you do lose your swing low, let's get that line back basically. If you do lose your swing low over here, you're gonna swing high / swing low, you're gonna come to this swing low, and you should find support there. One great example of that was earlier on in the year, where you created this swing high, swing low, you went up, everyone was expecting this swing high to hold, and then you lost it and came to this swing low. So what's happening here is happening here, basically. And we were seeing a lot of similarities in this dip when we were over here compared to this dip, basically. But now, of course, we're free falling, we need a bottoming out structure. So look over here, you had this wick. You basically eventually filled in this wick with bodies, and this is what basically doesn't have to happen, but a lot of the time it does. This is what I see a lot of the time in crypto, where you make a large scam wick, or you make, so to say, scam wick, and you eventually fill it in. So look, you had the wick here, you eventually filled it in with the bodies. You had a wick here, you eventually filled it in. You had a wick here, you filled it in with the wicks over here, basically. So it could be that you roll over again, but as long as you hold 43k, then I'm still bullish, basically. It's all about holding 43k. I know it's horrible that we even went down there, but that's the level that we need to hold, 43k on the weekly time frame. So we got 1 day and 15 hours left. As long as we close above that, and then in the next weeks make a bottoming out structure, I do think that we're only going to start recovering in January. I don't think it will be a V-shaped recovery. The dip was like literally like the corona dump. Honestly, it came absolutely out of nowhere. Some cryptos are so down, like VeChain's down like what, 60% from the local high. I don't even know how low it is from the actual all-time high. It must be ridiculous, because we're literally near the lows of the dip again. But yeah, I think Bitcoin's what, let's check what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin from the top, from the all-time high, is down around 40%. Wow, that is crazy. But what you guys need to realize is that in the 2017 bull run, I think you had 40% dips. So this is not uncommon for people that have been in this space for a long while. Of course, the altcoins bleed more. Why? Because they're more volatile both ways. That's why they go up more, and that's why they go down more as well. So I want to see the 0618 hold. Lose that, I want to see the 55 EMA hold, because you have three things acting as confluence: the 0.5, the 55 EMA, and this swing low over here. So amazing confluence. We need to see this hold. Bounced off it, got back above the 0618, and now we need to work our way through the fibs. Remember, if we roll over, I want a bottoming out structure over here to get back above the 0618, and then we can work our way through the fibs. My technical target out of this dip would be 107k, guys, the 1618. But of course, I can show you that we are going to go to 200k out of this impulsive wave to the downside. What is positive about this pump over here? Yes, you've gone up a bit too fast here, that's why it came down. And yes, you come up a bit too fast here, that's why we've come down nastily. And so what is positive, guys, is that when you came down, this tool is a retracement tool, so you're actually meant to pull back over here. And so Lucky, shut up. My cat is going off today. I don't know what's up with him. But you've come down impulsively, you've corrected to the 0618, and what should happen is you should lose the 0 and then continue down and meet the 200 basically, and that would have been your bear market, 20k. But that didn't happen. So what did happen is you've actually created this reversal wave, and this is why I'm trying to get you guys to remain bullish and stay with conviction in your holdings, in your altcoins, and in Bitcoin, because you created this reversal wave. And when you do, a lot of the time you can get rejected at the one, but as long as you come back and you hold the 618. To be honest, guys, as long as you're above 28k, we're going to meet these targets, basically. You could literally come down to 28k. You could lose the 55 EMA. You can hit your head on it. You can come down to here. Honestly, you can do that, and you create this large double bottom. But I'm not seeing that. Of course, just because I'm not seeing that doesn't mean it's not a possibility. It is a possibility. If you lose this, it is a possibility. If you come to the 382, lose that, hit your head on it, it's very possible you can come down to the zero fib level at 28k. But as long as you don't lose that, we're still creating this reversal wave, basically. And that minimal target for Bitcoin is 107k. So please don't worry, guys. Once you meet the one, you want to fall back to the 0618. As long as you stay above all of these 4 levels over here, we're eventually going to go to the 1618 before pulling back potentially to the 1, or even just the 1.272. And then eventually heading to our 2.272 and the 2414. So I've still got that 200 to 180 to 200k bull market target out of this impulsive wave to the downside. So it's all okay. One thing that everyone was looking at in the past weeks was this cup and handle over here, right? But it's not this cup and handle before. Now we formed a new cup and handle with this as your resistance point over here. So I'm going to draw out your resistance point first, from here through here, and it's ascending. So depending on where you break out is of course gonna change. Depending where you break it is gonna change the level. So I can't give you it, but let's say you break out right now, 65k, and then highest point, yeah, so it's around the 65k zone, basically. 65k zone is what we want to break to validate this cup and handle pattern. And I'm going to give you some nice confluence. So that's your cup there to the bottom, and then this here is your handle, basically. And it's also a falling wedge. So this is your falling wedge over here. Remember, you can, with a falling wedge, you can come all the way to the apex. So I'm trying to get as many touches as possible through here, through this resistance, support, and now this wick down here. Let's get that exact. Perfect. And then from here downwards. So this is your handle, basically. This is your cup, and this is your handle. You can come all the way down to 35,900. Oh gosh, I really don't want my mate to be right, but he has the insider information. He knew the hedge funds were basically going to drop this market and try and push it to the 30s, but a lot of buy limit orders got met in the short term. So those buy limit orders around 40k have now been bought up, basically. So they need to get we need new buy orders back there, basically, because if we do roll over again, it's already taken out, it's already entered those buy orders, basically. So they're gone. They've now entered the market, those buy orders. That's what's pushed the market back up to here. But if you do roll over again, we need more buy orders down here. So because we had the buy orders triggered down here, there's probably loads more in and around these zones over here. And so that's if we do roll over again, those buy orders that were just lower than 41k are just under 40, 39, 38, 37, all the way down to 35k. They're all going to get triggered if you do roll over a bit more, basically. So again, you can lose the 55 weekly, but as long as you don't hit your head on it and get back above it, we're good for continuation. So that's very key, because again, you can come into the apex of this all the way down here, and that is below this. So the significant level that we don't want to see us hit our head on is the 050. Let's get you the technical target out of this cup and handle now. So your technical target out the cup and handle, wherever we break out, can you see? Look at that for amazing confluence. So I hope I've been bringing confidence in and helping you stay with conviction in your holdings, basically. It doesn't matter how bad your altcoins bleed, just don't look at your portfolio. It's as simple as that, because why does this drop matter? You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, why does this drop matter? You need to have diamond hands. People that have been in XRP for almost 4 years are still in minus if they bought the top, and they're still in it, and they're staying with conviction. So you just want to stay with conviction. As long as you're below your all-time high, it's an amazing entry point. So why would you want to sell below that? Perfect. So your cup and handle pattern target, once you break this neckline, is going to be 102,962 cent, which is lining up with the 1618 basically. So this is where minimal I see Bitcoin going, and then my target's up here at 180 minimum, 180 to 200k. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed today's update. It's the most important one yet, the bear market scare. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers today or tomorrow, by the end of the week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Share it, retweet it, and I'm out. Peace.